Member statements will now commence. Are there any private member statements? I call the Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's great pride that I inform...
And member for Maitland, sorry.
It is with great pride that I inform the House that the real NRL Premiership trophy has returned to Maitland for a second consecutive year. The real NRL is what the way people in the Lower Hunter like to refer to the Newcastle Rugby League competition, of which Maitland is one of 10 teams. And I know that the member for Swansea will be joining with me in celebrating Maitland's second year in a row winning this prestigious award. A competition that can trace its origins back to 1910, that's just 2 years after the New South Wales Premiership introduced rugby league to this country. Maitland's team is affectionately known as the Pickers, and it's a nickname that came from the merger of our original NRL team, Maitland United, with Morpeth East Maitland in 1942 to form the Maitland Pumpkin Pickers. The Maitland first grade side of 2011 certainly was the cream of this year's NRL crop. It finished the normal competition season with 18 wins, 3 losses and 1 draw. Maitland achieved back-to-back minor premierships, topping the table by 1 point from the club they would eventually face on grand final day, the Western Suburbs Rosellas. West only lowered the Pickers' colours once this year when they met in round 7 and won 20 points to 6. Round 15 set the scene for what would be the battle for supremacy between the clubs, culminating in their grand final encounter at Newcastle's #1 sports ground. In round 15, the Pickers were victorious by 2 points, and that 2-point margin was repeated after the major semi-final. Maitland 24 defeating West 22. The Pickers went into the grand final not only as back-to-back minor premiers, but for the second consecutive year, having their coach named the Newcastle Rugby League Coach of the Year. Noel Dent coached Maitland to glory in 2010 to break a 27-year premiership drought. This year it was Trevor Ott's turn, and the reigning Coach of the Year capped off 2011 with the ultimate prize and a piece of Maitland Rugby League history. One of the enjoyable highs for me as a member for Maitland was to be in the crowd at #1 sports ground on grand final day to witness this titanic struggle, wearing my hat, Maitland Pickers hat, proudly with Maitland back-to-back on the back of my hat, and it proved to be victorious. Pickers made a dominant start with tries to Dan Metcalf, Dan Randall and Vern Moana Mason, all converted by Mick Moran to give Maitland the 18-0 lead after just 25 minutes. In the second half, West struck back and by full-time had drawn level 18-all. The 2011 Rugby League Grand Final then went into golden point extra time. The first 5 minutes couldn't break the deadlock, but the Pickers were true to their team song, "We Will Not Be Done." 2 minutes into the second, and the member for Newcastle doesn't want to hear this news, I know, but 2 minutes into the second period of extra time, the boot of Mick Moran was the deciding factor. The score, Maitland 19, Western Suburbs 18, game and season to the Pickers. Mick Moran commented after the match, "I couldn't have hit it sweeter," and the man of the match judges agreed, awarding him the JJ Mo Milson medal. It was a bittersweet victory for Maitland captain PJ Ellis, who left the field after he injured his arm, but didn't stop him from lifting the premiership trophy aloft. The Pickers of 2011 are now among the club's greats because it's only the 3rd time that Maitland has won consecutive grand finals. I'm pleased to report that Maitland's rugby league success continued over the October League long weekend at the New South Wales Aboriginal knockout at Bathurst. The Minda River Warriors were impressive in the final with 56 to 24 victory. They not only returned home as champions, but also with the hosting rights for the 2012 New South Wales Aboriginal Rugby League knockout. The Warriors were coached by Ron Griffiths, who next year will become the Maitland Pickers' first grade coach. 2011's been a sensational year for Maitland's rugby league teams. I look forward to cheering on both the Pickers and the Warriors next season. Look forward to hosting the knockout competition in Maitland. It will be fantastic to have all the teams there, and go the Pickers back to back in 2011.